What's going on, guys? It's Simo here at YCS Fort Worth, and who are we with?
Dablessin Wilson, King of Wakanda.
And what'd you play?
I played Salamangreat.
So why'd you decide to play Salamangreat for this event?
So I've been playing Salamangreat, as everybody else knows, pretty much for a long time. I just felt like even with Nibiru out, the deck got even stronger. You just have to incorporate like Will in your deck and know when to hold your Gazelle. Lots of rounds, I didn't use my Gazelle until like my 12th or like 10th summon, just because I wanted to bait the Nibiru. Like when they Nibiru you and you still have an extender, you're allowed to make Hidda, and if you're playing against Orcus, they usually have a Phoenix engraved, or if you're playing against the mirror match and they Nibiru you, they usually have their Gazelle engraved, they have them recurred back with Sunlight Wolf and stuff like that. So I was just decided it was a pretty like solid choice for the event. It's very consistent. So
see what you got?
Yes, sir. A couple quick shout before the video starts. Shout out to my girlfriend for letting me come to all my events and letting me go on my World's Grind for the second time this year. Shout out to Pandemonium Gaming and Anthony Bo and everybody for sending me all the cards I needed for this event before it all started. Shout out to everybody in Wakanda. Shout out my locals, Primetime Gaming, and shout out to Bradshaw and Guardian Games for letting me borrow cards for the event. And anybody else I forget, I'm sorry, I just don't want the video to take too long. Let's get right into it. Start off. One Salamangreat Gazelle, one Foul, one Falco. These are the only ones I played at one. I didn't want to play Desires because these all are super important. Like at their scenarios during like certain times of the match. Like I said, you don't always need Gazelle, but sometimes those games you don't need Gazelle, you might need Falco or Foul. Like you never know. So I just always want to have my resources. Two Jaguar. I started this, it was pretty standard now for everybody. It's just very consistent. A good discard for Buffalo, a good normal summon to start your turn. One card Wolves are really nice. A good discard for Sign That Mine. And you just really want to punish your opponent anytime they like ash your cards and stuff like that. So like you just keep retaining and recurring more cards. 3 Spinning, not gonna explain that. 3 Foxy. 1 Debug and 2 Buffalo. Everyone was playing 3 Buffalo, but I felt like if Salamangreat picked up with Jesse and Asala playing it, that more people would just net deck their build and copy their build, and they'd have like 3 Buffaloes and no debugs. And I just felt like debug just makes your deck that more consistent with like you're siding in hand traps and you need like 1 card starters. You know, you can open like 4 hand traps and debug, your hand's crazy. Like I can open 4 hand traps and Buffalo in my hands, like I'm probably gonna lose that game. So like I just wanted to be able to have access to it. So I didn't want to cut it. That's it for normal, like regular Cyberus monsters. Hand traps, 2D Crow. It was very average this weekend. When it came up, it came up. It was never bad though, it was very average. I'd probably play it again if I couldn't find anything else that was better than it. 3 Ash, 3 Phantasme, 3 Impermanence. I wanted to make my deck able to beat Lunalight Orcus if I lost the dice roll, and this was like one of the only hand traps I wanted to open versus that deck. I didn't want to main deck Gnome. I did side Gnome, I didn't want to main deck it, and this card was just crazy versus that matchup. That's it for hand traps, spells. 1 Sanctuary, 1 Circle, Standard. I played 2 Call instead of 3. I figured people were dropping hand traps if they were also playing better ones, like if that makes any sense. They were dropping like subpar hand traps like Lancia and putting in like generic hand traps like Gnome and stuff like that. It was good against everything. So I just wanted to be able to like not get Gnomed or rocked on my first turn to have the option. But like this card doesn't stop rock, so I didn't want to have 3 of it in my deck, but I wanted to have it, I didn't want to have it at the same time. 2 Cosmic Cyclones, Hidden Roars, really good. Hidden Will of the Salamangreats is like insane in the mirror. Hidden Crescendos is nice. I really use this for Babel. I really don't use Crescendo. A really easy way to bait Crescendo in this deck is go like normal summon Jaguar, activate Spinny, and like they have to Crescendo your Spinny effect and banish it from targeting your Jaguar, which most people don't do, and then you just attack the Galatea like that they usually have, because you open 1 hand trap at least for the most part. You just gotta know what to stop as well. This also helps you break the board too, main deck in 3 Super Poly. A lot of people think they're safe when they play through your hand traps or you don't hand trap them. This is like your 6th card. This is the only reason I played this over Nibiru's, because this can be my 6th card and I can win that game. But if Nibiru's my 6th card, I have to like kind of bait you into making more plays later on that turn, and I just rather try to win on my turn. I resolved this card twice in the same turn during my round 4. I Super Polyed him for Starving Venom. He Hieratic Seal, bounced my Starving Venom. And then I super polyed him again on his turn when he tried to brawl sword me for game. He was like, I knew you had another one. I couldn't play around it. I was like, yeah, you just can't play around it. Card's just insane. I don't know why Konami put this card at 3. It's just insane.
Healthy interaction.
Healthy interaction, right? Respond. 3-sided Monin standard. Like Jesse said, this should be the standard, so not gonna explain that. I only play 1 range, 1 roar. Hard roar on these cards does put you in a better position, but also puts you in a worse position, because at that point you have to draw like starter cards and stuff, or any Salamangreat monster. Like if your hand's like these cards, or like a hand trap, you just lose. You just lose that game. So like I didn't want to open hard these. I figured the matchups where I break or I was struggling, my hand traps would get me there. So this was fine. That's it for main deck. Main deck was 42. Side deck. 1 side steals games. I don't know why people drop it. Every time people drop this package, I immediately throw it back in because no one's ready for it. It's just a blowout versus the mirror match. Anything that goes in their extra deck. I put it in versus everything but Striker because I played these as well. Funny story, round 5, I played against Infernoids. I'm like, I don't have anything to side really. I go on my side deck. I'm like, I have Lanciers and Sanctums. So I Lancier him, I Sanctum him, and summon Lancier. I'm like, this is broken. He's like, I didn't think that would happen. I'm like, yeah, I didn't think it would happen. Summon 2 Nibiru's. I didn't play 3. I want to make room in my side deck for Gnome. I just thought it was better versus Luna Orcus because this card's like terrible versus Luna Orcus. They should make Alpha Style, you can't respond. So I figured that was going to be the way with Guadalajara, Ramiro doing really well at the past couple events. So yeah, I didn't want to play 3 of that card. And then 3 Gnome because this card was just infinitely better. I played against Luna Orcus. I literally Gnome Nyarla and I literally just won the next turn. Like I literally just won. He had a bunch of extenders and I literally just won. He was like, pass. I was like, yeah, just lose. Card's just broken. It's broke. It's definitely worth more than $15. I don't know why I said that much. Mind controls. This card's insane. I wish I could bump the side deck to 20 just so I could play more of this card, but this card's really good in like multiple matchups. Even Striker, if you don't open call, you just mind control the guy and then you just link away with it so to raise that, especially if you don't have like an engage follow up in their hand, like any starters, and they just have like anchors with shard cannons, March stuff like that. So this card's nuts. 2 Twisters, just in case I played against Rogues, and then the 3 Sanctums. Extra deck, do it very quickly. 3 Baylink, standard. 3 Sunlight Wolf, standard. 2 Helio, standard. 1 Hitta, 1 Phoenix. I don't know if this is standard anymore because a lot of people like to play Borlo, Update Jammer, those cards. This card's insane. You just summon this versus Striker on your first turn, you don't even have to put up any negates. They have to open Jamming Waves, so they can't really beat this card. It's nuts. This card's crazy. And like, this dude tried to Jamming Waves his own set, and I cosmic this set, and he just lost, because he had no more option in his deck to this card, and already used Kagari, and Herc base was engraved. It's like, yeah, you literally lose. Like, it's nothing you can do, you literally just lose. This card's crazy. 1 Dweller, 1 Stalia, and then both the fusions. Just so I can resolve this versus the mirror, or I feel like I can resolve more than one. So like, I can super poly somebody, make Starving Venom, normal summon, make Hitta, hit effect, take a Phoenix, make a Sunlight Wolf, and then super poly again, take another link, and then take your use my Sunlight Wolf and summon Violet Chimera and clear all the cards. Because like any decks that super poly is really good against, they're more likely using majority of their resources to make the board because it's so good. The board's so big, and then they just can't come back from that. Like that's the thing about that. It's a really good grind game, so it was a really good choice for the event.
So I think you would have changed in retrospect.
That's a really good question, actually. I didn't think about that yet. That was actually a really good question. I don't think I would have changed anything at all. Yeah, I actually don't think I would have changed one card. Everything came in, everything was useful, nothing was bad. I never bricked, besides like drawing multiple copies of the same card, like Foxy, Spinny, and like trying to do Foxy, Spinny combo, get Astro, Stallion, stuff like that, you know what I mean? Like, you can't beat those type of hands, you just have to play. So.
Any final thoughts?
No, I already gave my shout outs. Thank you guys for recording me, letting me be on your channel, great channel. Support your locals, support your fellow YouTubers. Come to events, guys, we're getting bigger and bigger. Everybody's loving Yu-Gi-Oh! The format's really fun, so I hope everybody enjoys.
Thanks so much, man.
No problem, thank you guys.